This is Mahajia, and as you can see today, I look a little different, and that is because I have dreadlocks. And I actually want to talk to you about dreadlocks and where they originated, and actually the spiritual significance of dreadlocks, or as in India, as they call them, Shiva Jatas. So dreadlocks actually originated in India. Shiva is the first being ever to wear dreadlocks. And out in the West, a lot of people, when they see dreadlocks, they think of Jamaicans, they think of the country Jamaica, or they think of the music icon Bob Marley. But even though Bob Marley made dreadlocks really, really popular, he definitely made dreadlocks an icon for people to wear. The originator of dreadlocks, the trendsetter of dreadlocks, was definitely Shiva. So I actually want to explain the significance of jatas and why.
All right, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rahakakadash. Double honors and salutations to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom to you, Akim and Aqua, also you children that believe on this word. Shalom to the speckled bird that scattered around the four corners of the globe. This is your brother Kalakar coming back at you with another video. And as you can see, dreadlocks. This video is long hair, dreadlocks, hats, beards, and try to make it quick and get straight to the point. Long hair for a man is not right. It's unrighteous. If we go to Slovakia, 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, we're going to start at 14th verse. It says, 1 Corinthians 11:14, do not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame to him? But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given to her for a covering. And you Jakes, you men, you Israelite men, thinking that dreadlocks is something that came from you. But in reality, it came from the heathen. It's a heathen custom. The history of dreadlocks. For generations, the true history of dreadlocks have been deeply constructed negatively. Dreadhead, which the word dread means. Let's see if we. Fear. Anticipate with great fear. So dread means to fear. Fear locks. To every day describes as dirty, unkept, unsanitary, ugly, and poor man's hairstyle. You get the point. It says dreadlocks have a long history, mainly because the cultures that had lived generations before us adapted this 100% natural hairstyle years ago. And look, this video is not to tell you to cut your hair. Yeah, look, if you call yourself a man of the Lord and you follow in the Bible and you say the Lord is dealing with you, then you'll do what the Lord has said, what the Lord says, point blank, period. If you don't want to cut your hair, you don't have to cut your hair. We're just bringing out the facts of it. Years ago, during the onset of the Industrial Revolution, dreadlocks were permanently confined to India. So this is from India. Soon, Marcus Garvey, a Jamaican activist, we know about him. Then you Jakes picked this up, and you was over there under the Persian Mede Empire. So they had that in at that time. I ain't gonna read all this. You can look this up. Dreadlocks is a history of Africa, blah, blah, blah. Egyptians, Indian, Asian, Irish dreadlocks, Polish. Only time the men in the Bible had dreadlocks is if they kept the Nazareth vow of Nazareth. If we go to Numbers, the 6th chapter, starting at the first verse, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speaking to the children of Israel, saying to them, when either man or woman shall separate themselves to a vow or a vow of the Nazarite, to separate themselves unto the Lord, he shall separate himself from wine and strong drink, and shall drink no vinegar of wine, vinegar of strong drink, neither shall he drink any liquor of grapes, or eat moist grapes or dry. And all the days of his separation shall he eat nothing that is made of the vine tree, no tomatoes, no anything that comes from a vine, from the kernels even to the husk. All the days of his vow of his separation shall no razor come upon his head, until the days be fulfilled in which he separated himself unto the Lord. He shall be holy, and shall let the locks of his hair of his head grow. And when it goes into that word locks, it means like cornrows. Nothing wrong with wearing cornrows. That's what brothers did. They wore cornrows. They had their hair braided. Head grow, and all these days he shall separate himself unto the Lord. He shall come at no dead body. So you can't come around any dead carcasses, no dead bodies, no dead animal bodies, anything like that. So he shall not make himself unclean for his father, or for his mother, or his brother, or his sister when they die, because the consecration of his power upon his head. That goes into the dead bodies. You can't come around it because you'll be unclean. But to recap, the men in the Bible, Samson, Apostle John, I think James, the brother of Yahushua, Paul, all of these men had a Nazarite vow, which they didn't cut their hair. But they also didn't drink. They didn't eat from the vine. They didn't do a lot of these things. That's the custom of when you have long hair like that. So our Israelite men today, they think dreadlocks is cool. They think it's fashionable. They think it's part of their culture. It's part of their heritage. And it's not that. It's literally Shiva Jatas. Like I said, like the woman was going into. The Shiva Jatas.
About dreadlocks and where they originated, and actually the spiritual significance of dreadlocks, or as in India, as they call them, Shiva Jatas. So dreadlocks.
Shiva Jatas. That's where dreadlocks originated. It's not your custom. It's not your. This is not something you do. Just like when Jates say, same thing with wearing a beard. Hold on. Our custom is to wear a beard. Look at this. Zondervan Bible Dictionary say about beards. A badge of a manly dignity. Beards in the Bible. It's God's gift to show. It's just to differentiate from a man and a woman. But, not every brother can grow a beard. But the ones that can grow a beard, you should be growing a beard. We can't cut our beards. We're not supposed to shave our heads. We're not supposed to shave our beards off. What's that? Leviticus 19:27. You shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shall you mark the corners of thy beard. 21. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corners of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh. So you're not supposed to cut off, you're not supposed to shave your head bald, you're not supposed to shave off the corners of thy beard. You're not supposed to do any of that. And if you're going to have long hair, you better be doing a Nazareth vow, where you don't eat grapes, you don't drink, you don't go around any dead bodies. Jake, you pass a dead body at a roadkill when you're driving in the car. So, like I said, these are all customs of the heathens. The heathens did this. So it with wearing a hat. Let's go back to wearing a hat is a custom of the heathens. So, like, let me go to 1 Corinthians 11. Like I said, I just wanted to make this straight to the point. I'm going to break at work, so just trying to do this fast and eat some food. 1 Corinthians 11:4, every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonor his head. So when you're praying or prophesying, you should not be wearing a hat. You should not be covering the top of your head, so the knowledge, because the knowledge can't get in there. But every woman that prayeth or prophesied with her head uncovered, dishonor her head, for that is even all as she were shaven. Women not supposed to have shaven heads. They're supposed to have, remember, the hair is the glory of them. But a man, when he prophesied or praying, he should not have his head covered. Like I said, that's part of the heathen customs. Shaving your beard, having long hair, shaving your head bald, covering your head with hats and things of that nature. There's nothing wrong with wearing a hat, but when you praying or prophesying, you're covering your head. You see many preachers do this type of custom, meaning they don't know what's going on. Many preachers shave their face off, shave their head bald, because they don't know what's going on. They was never sent by the Lord. If you were sent by the Lord, you would know these things, these simple, the laws are not grievous. You would know these simple things and follow them. Verse 15, but if a woman have long hair, it's a glory to her, for it is a given for her for a covering. So a woman should have long hair. A woman shouldn't have short hair. Thus say the Bible. If you don't think the Bible is for you, it's not for you. We're only talking to the elect. If at the end of the day, the elect is going to follow these ways. The others, they're not. They're not going to believe. They're going to say some man wrote it, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Look, we're doing what the Bible said. That's what the elect is doing. That's what the elect has been chosen, been called into this thing, and they're going to make their election and calling sure. They're not going to go against the grain of the Bible. It's just not. They're going to do what the word say. Don't be hearers of the word, be doers. A couple more scriptures. Let's go to 2 Maccabees, the 4th chapter. And 2 Maccabees 4, but after the death of Seleucus, when Antiochus, called Epiphanes, took the kingdom, Jason, the brother of Onas, labored underhand to a high priest, promising unto the king by the intersection 303 score talents of silver, and of another revenue 80 talents. This is Jason bond himself into priesthood. Besides this, he promised to assign 150 more if he might have license. I think the word license goes into control, maybe. I got to look that up. To set him up a place of exercise and a training up of youth in the fashion of the heathen, and to write them of Jerusalem by the name of Antiochans. Salakia. So here Jason, this wicked priest, bought himself in, and now he's building a place of exercise. Because the word gym goes back to naked, I believe, because all the gym was, they literally, the Greeks used to work out naked. They were naked while they worked out. Can you believe that? That's why when you go to the gym, you see everybody with these tight fitting clothes, or basically they're leaving nothing for imagination. You can see them. You can see the outline of their chest, their ass. You can see imprints of genitalia, all that. That's in the gym because that's what the type of practice went on back in the day. Verse 10, which when the king had granted and had gotten into his hand the rule of the forthwith, brought his own nation to Grecius Salakia fashion. Verse 12, for he built Gladiator a place of exercise under the tower itself, and brought the chief young men under the subjection, and made them wear a hat. Now such as was the height of the Greek fashions, and increase of heathenish manners, though the exceeding profaneness of Jason, the ungodly wretch, and no high priest. So wearing a hat is of the is a heathen custom. Nothing wrong with going to the gym, but you got to know this information about why the gym it is the way it is today. Why people come there looking like they have on 2 articles of clothing, and you can see everything. That's where it comes from. It comes from the heathen custom. Dreadlocks, not having a beard, long hair on the man, if you're not keeping the Nazarite vow, like these are all customs of the heathen. And that's why our people are so destroyed. They don't understand. They wise to do evil. They just don't understand. They don't have the oil. They don't have that treasure, which is this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. At the end of the day, yes, we fall short, but at the same time, there's room for repentance and there's room to come back to the Lord and be forgiven for all the things that you've done. So with that said, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Rakakadash, double honors and salutations to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom to you, Akim and Aqua, brothers and sisters that believe on this truth. Shalom to the speckled bird that's scattered around the 4 corners of the globe. Is your brother Kalakar coming back at you with another video. I hope to see you on the next video. Oh, also the beard provides the face for protection from the elements and the natural shield from the more delicate parts of the face, including around the mouth and lips. Beards can protect you from germs and bacteria. So it's good to have a beard on your face. I heard that, what I was reading that even if you get punched in the face and you have a beard, that's a little bit of cushion for you from your chin. So the beard is there to protect you. You know, a man should have a beard, have some facial hair. But hope to see you on the next video, Lord willing. Shalom.